Hello students, my name is Avijit Chakravarti and I am your biology faculty. Today, students, I will teach you a topic that is under the unit of 7, which is mainly belongs to the class 12 chapter, and it is a very important chapter for the NEET as well as board purposes. The chapter name is Principle of Inheritance. In this chapter, we only study about the basic phenomena of the gene, how the gene can be works under the organism, or you can say under the living organisms, and so on. In this session, we will like to discuss about the term genetics. That means the study of a gene as well as the study of a heredity. Heredity means the information which is passing from the one generation to another generation. Normally, that is from parental generation to the offspring or progeny generation, as well as the variation. The variation which is created mainly between the parental generation and the offspring, as well as in between the offspring if the siblings are present, or study the gene and the chromosome. On the other hand, we can study easily the concept of a heredity, that is the resemblance between the organisms or the resemblance between the offspring, that means the progeny. That means if any kind of as a brother and sister, or the brother or the sister, if belongs to the same parental form, then these two siblings are different from each other, and easily we can study by this kind of phenomena the concept of heredity. So resemblance between the offspring of progeny and their parents is called the heredity. Then the variation, that means the difference between the parents and the offspring. Sorry students. And the inheritance pattern, that is the transmission process from parental generation to the offspring, that is a normal phenomena, and which is mainly passed on from the parental generation to the offspring, that is the factor which is previously known as, and laterly it is known as a gene. That is the basic unit of heredity, which is mainly present inside the DNA, and the DNA must be present inside the chromosome, and the chromosome must be present in the nucleus. So under the nucleus, chromosome present, under the chromosome, DNA present, under the DNA, gene present. Easily you can reminder the process of the location of this particular parts of genetic information. Then I will teach a topic that is called alleles, that is for allelomorphs in a singular form and alleles as a plural form, where we can say a pair of a gene, an alternative pair of a chromosome or a gene is called a allele. Okay. Then we can study about a dominant character, a character which is always expressed in a hybrid condition, and recessive means a character which is always suppressed in a hybrid condition. Hybrid means heterozygous condition. Okay, that means the homozygous means the condition where the similar types of chromosome pair or a similar type of allelic pair is present, that is a capital T or capital Y, or you can say small y, small t, all are the homozygous. But in a heterozygous condition, it must be pair in an alternative form, that means in a hybrid condition or a heterozygous condition, capital T and along with capital T present small t, along with capital Y present small y. That is a totally a hybrid condition. In the heterozygous, please read that condition in which the chromosome pair carries a dissimilar alleles. That means two different alleles in an alternative form, because these two alleles belongs to the same trait or character, or expressed to the same trait or character, but in a different form. One is a dominant, another is a recessive, and always the dominant will be expressed and the recessive will be suppressed. On the other hand, I will teach a topic that is based on a phenotype as well as genotype. Phenotype means the phenotypical character, that is a external character, external morphological character, which you can say visually with external effects. And the genotype, that means the internal genetic constitution or the character or the genetic alignment. That means if you can distinguish between them easily, we can say pick an example of a pea plant or the human height. That is, one is a pure dominant and another one is a pure recessive. In this case, one gamete is capital T, in this case is small t. Then in a F1 generation, capital T, small t is found. And after the selfing with this same, then we can found capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. Actually, this type of cross we will discuss in the next portion of the topic under the Mendel's law. And normally in this case, capital T is a pure dominant, capital T small t is a heterozygous dominant, but phenotypically both are tall and both are similar in a height and identical to each other. You can't distinguish between them based on the phenotypic characters, but you easily can distinguish between them based on genotypic character. Some noise is present in outside of the road, so please apology for this, and we will continue the session. Okay, then in this type of question we will find a valid reason. Can we count phenotypic and genotypic ratio after F1 generation? Yes, so we can found phenotypic and genotypic ratio after F2 generation, not in F1 generation, because in a F1 generation we would like to cross a selfing mode or a self crossing. Then we would like to find or easily distinguish the ratio of a progeny, that is a total how much or how many of the offspring or the progeny can be appeared in the at the last of the F2 generation. So we can only count the offspring as well as the ratio of a phenotype genotype in the F2 ratio, that is the filial to generation. So this slide is over. I hope the students concept are pretty much clear. So now we will go to the next slide, and in this slide some kinds of information is very much important for the MCQ purposes, which will be required for the both term 1 processes in the CBSE exam in a present scenario or as well as in a NEET exams. Father of genetics called whom or who is the father of genetics? That is the Gregor Johann Mendel or G.J. Mendel, as well as the term genetics first time discovered by the Bateson, because the Mendel proposed gene as a factor to the scientific panel. So by this kind of unnecessary confusion, he recognized by the others or the scientific panel after 16 years of his death. It's very unfortunate for us. And then the father of experimental genetics, which will mainly focus on the linked condition, the linked gene condition, that is the Thomas Hunting Morgan. Thomas Hunting Morgan. Then Mendel selected in this kind of nature of a selection of characters of a pea plant, there is behind a story is present. Mendel is a priest of some austere famous or renowned church, and if he went to the church every day and he saw a garden pea in surrounding to this church, and after that he saw some kind of garden pea plants which are variable in height also, as well as which are normally production of a flowers that is different from one another. In one plant there is a violet color flower, in another plant there is a white color flower. So Mendel got confused about this kind of differentiate between the plants which are mainly belongs to the same species as well as same family. So then Mendel thought that behind these cases some factors is present. After he got confused, he studied lot so much about this plant, he experimented on it, and as well as he concluded 3 models or the 3 laws in the year of 1856 to 1863, which may be published in the year of 1865. Later on, the Thomas Hunting Morgan and other scientists also work on this, and 1870 most probably in this kind of year, the gene must be clear for all of the scientific panel, the what are genes and how the genes would be work inside the DNA as well as controlling the body mechanism. And it is very fortunate for us that at these stages of 1856, 3, where the world is being underdeveloped, and this kind of development in the body part, that is the gene, which is main core of the body, which was discovered by this great scientist. Then Mendel normally collected 7 pairs of contrasting character. What do you mean by contrasting character? I would like to suggest the contrasting character, that means the totally opposite character, totally different characters. That Mendel selected 7 pairs of contrasting character, that is belongs to the garden pea, which scientific name of the garden pea is a Pisum sativum. And the steps Mendel follow for this contrasting character, contrasting character, 1 minute. Sorry for the interruption. Mendel's normally follow the 7 pair of contrasting character that is totally different from one another, and the characters are the plant height, the flower color, the flower position, the seed color, the seed position, as well as the seed shape, and as well as the pot color and pot shape. An interesting fact is the seed color, which is mainly dominant, that is a yellow. Pot color is in recessive, that belongs to the same, and the seed color, which is mainly respond to the recessive character. The pot color, which is belongs to the dominant. That means that are opposite with each other. And steps in making the cross in a pea plant, because a pea plant is easily grow throughout the year, is a short lived, and you can easily cross pollinate as well as self pollinate. It belongs to the bisexual, but you can easily, it's converted to the unisexual by the emasculation process, which was Mendel done. The anther position is cutting by his own scissor and cut out from the bisexual part and making a unisexual flower, because he wanted to germinate that kind of pollen, or to transfer that kind of pollen, which were mainly picking up the desired characters, desired gene. So he could found in the offspring the desired characters or the desired gene, and his studies was 100% successful. And with the picking up this contrasting character, Mendel's all laws, that is the law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment, all are pretty much 100% successful, and his laws are till date valid. But somehow some kinds of nature of a gene Mendel skipped, and then Morgan identified that the some kind of genetic nature Mendel can't explain or couldn't explain in his laws. So Morgan worked on the Drosophila in the future, and proposed that loophole of the Mendel's laws. And after that, that means the selection of a pea plants with contrasting character, as well as the removal of the anthers, emasculation of one plant to avoid the self pollination. That means you carry the cross pollination process, you can the cross pollination process. This is a female parent, and making a plant become a unisexual. If bisexual, then you can't cross pollinate. And then collection of a pollen grains from other plant, that means the male parent, where the female part is cutted by himself and transferred to the female parent, that is a cross pollination occurred. Collection and germination of a seed to produce a offspring, that means to form or to create a desired characters offspring, or to produce a desired character offspring. In the next slide, I hope this pretty much understandable to the students, and pretty much concept clear about this portion. And go to the next slide. In the next slide, we can easily find out the dominating characters as well as the recessive characters. Flower color is a purple, is belongs to the dominant. These are the all dominant character, and these are the all recessive characters. And the flower color is white, is belongs to the recessive character. Seed color yellow is a dominant, green is a recessive, which was I previously discussed in the previous slide. Seed shape belongs to round if dominant and wrinkle if recessive. Pot color belongs to green in dominant form. In recessive form, it belongs to yellow. That is a vice versa of a seed color. Pot shape is a smooth and bumpy or wavy or constricted. Mid-stem or axile, you can say the axile position of a flower belongs to dominant character, and that belongs to apical, which is a recessive character. And the plant height is a tall is a dominant character and short is a recessive character. That's it. That's the 7 pair of characters. Total picking up of 14 characters. In the NEET questions, there is an option of a 14. Total, how many characters Mendel was picked during his experiment? Why Mendel was so successful? Because picking up a pea plant, which was totally favorable for his experiment, or totally supported to his experiment. On the other hand, monohybrid cross and the dihybrid cross Mendel occurred during his experiment. In the monohybrid cross, that means a single pair of characters present, normally which was represent or which is represent to the single character, that is only a plant height, either a seed color or a seed shape. But if the two different kind of gene controlling a character, but controlling two different type of gene, controlling two different type of character, then you can say it a dihybrid cross. If three, then trihybrid cross, and so on. So in this case, a cross involving two plants offering a one character pair, that means the plant height. In these cases of monohybrid cross, we found the phenotypic ratio is a 3:1. That means out of the 4 offspring, 3 are long or 3 are tall and 1 are dwarf. 1 is dwarf. On the other hand, in the genotypic ratio, that means based on a gene, identify the offspring. 1 is pure tall, 2 is heterozygous tall, and 1 is pure dwarf. And the recessive is the only character which was or which is normally expressed under only a pure or a homozygous condition, because dominant character is expressed in a both condition, that is a pure as well as the hybrid or a heterozygous. But recessive is the only one type of character that only expressed in a homozygous condition or in a pure condition. Pure means homozygous, small t, that one. And the alleles means the alternative pair of chromosome or alternative pair of genes, that means capital T and small t. They are the alleles to each other. Okay, understand? I hope all the concepts now clear to the students. Then we move forward and we go, the Mendel made similar observation for the other pair of traits also. The term factor, which is mainly represent a gene later on by the Bateson discovery, was proposed by him through this experiment. He said that some factors are transferred from parental to offspring that can help to create a new trait or an advanced features on the or inside the offspring or progeny. So this becomes after that the Bateson discovery known as a gene. Factors are now called gene. Okay, clear? Then importance of one gene here mainly mention the how much percentage of a pure tall characters would be found in the F2 generation, how much we can found or as a percentage as a hybrid tall, and how much we can found as a pure recessive characters. Out of 4, 1 is pure tall, that means 25% is a pure tall. 2 is heterozygous tall, that means 50% are heterozygous or hybrid condition, and 1 is pure recessive, that means 25% is a pure recessive. Then we can distinguish the 2 types of cross, that is the back cross and test cross. If the F1 generation comes as a hybrid condition, with the hybrid condition, that is capital T and small t, and cross with the another capital T small t, that belongs to the back cross, or capital T that belongs to the back cross, or small t that also belongs to the back cross. But if only a recessive character is crossed with this F1 generation's character, then we can only say it is a test cross. That means all test cross are back cross, but all back cross are not test cross. And test cross normally used for identify the unknown genotype. The unknown genotype we can find any kind of, then we can easily use that methodology of a test cross to identify it. Clear? Now we can go the next slide easily. There is a three types of law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. In the law of dominance, Mendel proposed that the dominant genes are always a expressive form in a over the recessive gene, and the recessive gene is a suppressive form. But this factor or this characters or these laws could be deviated after some time when the incomplete dominance as well as the co-dominance concept is come. Later discuss on. Second law is a law of segregation. That means the genes become a segregate from parental generation and before the F1 generation, and they becomes pair up and form the parental generation in any kind of generation, which is mainly found in the F2 generation. The pure character becomes coming up to the F2 generation because of the selfing in the F1 generation happened. And in the third law, that means the law of independent assortment, normally in this case we would like to crossing as a dihybrid form, and in the first two previous law we would like to conduct a monohybrid cross, because these two law is based mainly pure on a monohybrid, but the third law is belongs to the dihybrid. And in these cases the dihybrid cross, we can easily pick up the two different character trait as well as the two different gene, which will which was also segregate from each other, but it comes up in any kind of but in any one generation after the selfing is done. And easily in these cases also we can easily find out the pure characters from the that means the parental characters is easily find out in the F2 generation. Out of this 16 offspring, there is a 9 or plus 1 10 type of characters belongs to the parental, and remaining the 6 characters, total 16 offspring, is become 6 characters are become a little bit recombinant in nature. So this could be the this all laws. I hope all the doubts are clear now. So we can go easily to the next slide, and in this slide we can easily identify the number of gametes involved in a genotype with the phenomena or the easiest tricks. By using these easiest tricks, the number of gametes, if you can identify easily in the type of MCQ type of question where the time is a crucial factor, then we can easily put a formula that is the 2 to the power n. That n means the number of heterozygous present in the genotype. If we can find out the heterozygous condition, then we can easily find out the gametes involved in this kind of heterozygous in this kind of genotype. In these cases, AA is a homozygous, BB is also homozygous, CC is heterozygous. That means the n number is 1, because homozygous is present in this type of genotype is 2 and the heterozygous is 1. So we can easily write out that n equals to 1. Then we put the formula 2 to the power n, that means 2 to the power 1, 1 means 2. That means in these cases we find 2 types of gametes, and the correct answer is A, that is a capital A B C, capital A B small c. That's it. If we find out the ratio of a phenotype and genotype after dihybrid, after trihybrid, tetrahybrid, we can easily put a formula that is a 3:1 to the power n. N means the number of hybrid. If monohybrid, n value 1. If di, n value is 2. If tri, n value is 3. So we can easily find we can easily put out this formula and find out the ratio easily. That means monohybrid cross phenotypic ratio 3:1, genotypic ratio 1:2:1. In this case is also same formula belongs. or applied. In the dihybrid, multiple this 9:3:3:1, or in the dihybrid 1:2 121 242 121, you doubled, you half and get answer. That is a genotypic ratio of a dihybrid cross. More or less, dihybrid cross asking in your questions paper, or very much little chances to ask you a question of a trihybrid cross. It's little bit difficult, but they don't ask a trihybrid cross normally. In the Mendel deviation, now I will teach you the deviation process of a Mendel's law, so-called Mendel's law, that belongs to the incomplete dominance as well as the complete co-dominance, and Mendel's proposed complete dominance. There are three types of dominance: complete, incomplete, co. So it is called as a non-Mendelian inheritance. Okay, in an incomplete dominance, normally in this case, the dominant character is not totally expressed and the recessive character is not totally suppressed. So in a F1 generation, an intermediate character is found. So in this case, normally the phenotypic as well as the genotypic ratio both are same. That is, belongs to 1:2:1. Because trait is 1, so monohybrid cross is done. So the ratio is 1:2:1. The example of this incomplete dominance is a snapdragon, that means dog flower, or Antirrhinium sp, or Mirabilis jalava, that is a 4 o'clock plant. Understood? Okay. In a codominance where the gene is present one, but the allele is a variable, one gene control a multiple allele. So this process is also known as a multiple allelism. That is belongs to the ABO blood group system, which was normally proposed by the Karl Landsteiner. And here the gene controlled by I gene, and it belongs to the three different types of alleles, A, B, O. O means nothing. You can absolutely remind that this O means nothing. There is no kind of glycoprotein formation, no kind of sugar formation, but in A and B, glycoprotein A and glycoprotein B is present. That means sugar is formed. And that's it. That means if a blood character is AB, then it is particularly show the codominant nature. That means both the dominant gene IA and IB is easily expressed with each other if they express in the same genotype or in the same offspring. A is present and express his character or express its character independently, as well as B is present along with the A and express its character independently. They don't suppress the one another character. They easily express with each other and independently. Okay, clear this process? If a mother belongs to a group and a father belongs to a B group, this kind of question asking, there is a possible that the children belongs to AB group or a O group. Yes, possible. If the mother is IAI and the father is IBI, then the cross becomes IA and I, and that's it, IB and I. IAIB, that is AB group found. IAI, that is A group found. IBI, that is B group found, and II, that is a O group found. So all four types of offspring present with the four different types of blood group. And there is a one kind of blood group which was mainly seen in a film called Kahani. That is a Bombay blood group. There is another thing that is the rarest type of blood group. We can't discuss this in this session. In this type, we can found this type of blood group nature. So that's it. Codominance is done. Then normally we found a concept that the polygenic inheritance and the pleiotropy. Polygenic inheritance means multiple gene control a single character, and pleiotropy means one gene control a many character. So there is two differences. That means many genes many genes control one character, or in these cases one gene due to mutation control multiple characters. In this case you can easily write multiple gene also, that should be nice. Multiple gene, multiple characters. Okay, in this cases example is a human skin color. Normally this type of question asking in the examination or in the exam. And pleiotropy in this cases phenylketonuria is the example. Starch gain synthesis is also one kind of example in a pea plant. Is starch synthesis, phenylketonuria, as well as sickle cell anemia. That's it. And in these cases, why did Mendel say, which was I previously discussed in the previous parts of slide parts of slides was going on. Why did Mendel's work remain unrecognized? The communication was not very much easy, widely publicized, could not be widely publicized, and then there is no kind of social media or activity, or the media person is present at that time. The concept of factors can't understand the scientific panel. They didn't accept the concept about the factors. And mathematical approach was totally new to the biological field, because biology is totally depends on some kinds of till date, on a hypothetical manner, on a thesis manner. And there is a such a scientist came and put it all explanation with the help of a mathematical, because his background is belongs to the statistics and the mathematics students. So it is pretty much unexpectable to the scientific panel also. And he couldn't physical proof to the scientific panel. He just theoretically as well as mathematically explained all the things of his laws. So these are the reason why he became unrecognized about his experiment. There is some kind of chromosomal theory of inheritance, which is mainly questioning as a who proposed it, or whom proposed by chromosomal theory of inheritance. This is a Sutton and Boveri. Mainly the role is pretty much more is Sutton rather than Boveri. And they explain that if a gene is transferred for parental generation to the offspring, then the gene couldn't transfer with a freely. They normally place under the chromosome. So chromosome is also movable, chromosome is also transferred from parental to offspring. If the gene is mutable, then the vehicle of the gene, that is the chromosome, is also mutable. So these are the mainly concept. And then sex determination is come. Sex determination, that means the allosome normally is explained. There is a two kind of chromosome present. One is the autosome, which is normally help to the body structure development. In our body, 22 pairs of autosomes present. That means the 44 autosome is present. And normally one pair of sex chromosome or allosome is present, that is a XX or a XY. If you are a boy or if you are a man, then XY. If you are a girl or you are a woman, you belongs to the XX. So in the XX-XO combination, normally this kind of allosome find where the male is a heterogametic and female is a homogametic. It is found in the grasshopper or the insect. And the XY or XX phenomena is normally found in the human, where is male is hetero and the female is homogametic, as well as Drosophila. And ZZ, ZW in this category, the some phenomena or some characters are changed or shifted from each other. There is a male is in this case at the homogametic, and the female in this case is a heterogametic. ZW, W means woman, woman's. So female is heterogametic, and ZZ male, and it belongs to the homogametic, which is normally not seen in other cases easily. And it is found out in the birds, okay, aves. And there is a sex-linked inheritance, sex-linked inheritance, and the type of inheritance where the characters should be transformed from the opposite sex. That means mother to son and father to daughter. Okay. and diandric digenic meanings so that purposes. The crisscross, that means opposite, and a non-crisscross, that means the similar trait transformation. That means father to son characters. And the mutation. Normally in this session, I will normally teach a mutation as a gist form or a compact form. Normally mutation is a vast process, and but now I can explain it a gist way or in a simple summarized way. Mutation is a changes on a gene and on a certain way, and that can be a suitable for a human body development or a human or a living organism development, and this kind of mutation is called a suitable mutation. There is a two kind of mutation normally we can found as a spontaneous, which is mainly conducted by the nature, and the induced, which is normally conducted by the chemical lab factory and so on. There is a gene mutation, that is a gene could be a change suddenly, or the chromosome mutation, that is a chromosome becomes changed either morphologically or as well as number wise. So we can normally concentrate on the concept of the chromosome mutation. That means chromosome mutations, and before that we can normally explain the transition and transversion process. That is the N2 base pair present in the DNA. That means the linked type of in a linked condition in the pentose sugar. Normally transition means if one purine is replaced by another purine, or if one pyrimidine replaced by another pyrimidine. Normally purine is a double benzene ring and the pyrimidine is a single benzene ring. And the transversion means is a vice versa. Purine is converted by the pyrimidine, pyrimidine is converted by the purine. That's it. Frameshift means nucleotide base pair sequences. If any one codon is deleted or the added, then the whole sequence before that or after that is shifted to one another, or shifted to rightward or a forward or a leftward or a backward. This kind of phenomena is called a frameshift mutation. So all the amino acid formation as well as the protein synthesis could be affected for this. That is called its mutation. In a present scenario, coronavirus, the strain of RNA genome, which is mutable, and it is continuously changing with the atmosphere or environment inside the host cell, and we couldn't find the permanent solution for it until date. So the infection cases day by day increase, and sometimes graph low and sometimes graph high. On the other hand, we can say that is the main focus on the chromosomal mutation. There is a two kind of mutation. There is one is a morphological and another one is a numerical. If the numerical, there is a basic set number of chromosome is fixed, and the one chromosome is add, or the pair of chromosome is add, or the pair of chromosome is deleted, or one chromosome is deleted. On the other hand, one is a basic set number of chromosome is changeable due to the mutation. So first one is called aneuploidy. Aneuploidy, and is added, so one is add as. And on the other hand, that is a euploidy or polyploidy, where the basic set number of chromosome is totally changed. Okay. And in a morphological, there is a deletion, that means deleted a part of a gene from the chromosome. Duplication, that means repetitive duplicate of a position of a gene. Inversion, that means the position of a gene is totally changed with the help of centromere along with or other except the centromere. Translocation means in a changing in this particular before the three parts there is a changing between the homologous chromosome, but in a translocation there is changing between the non-homologous chromosome, and part-wise changes occurred in these cases. Genetic disorder, that is the aneuploidy. Nalisomy called the pair of chromosome removed, and monosomy called one chromosome is removed, but the basic set number in all the cases are remain same. Trisomy is a one chromosome is added. Tetrasomy is two chromosome pair is added. Polyploidy, that means the basic set number of chromosome is changed totally. Okay. Then mutagen is a concept that induces the mutation process, which was normally divided in a, which is normally divided in a two way. There is a physical and the chemical. Physical, that is the alpha particles as well as beta particles or beta ray, X-ray, UV ray, and chemical mutagen is a 5-bromo deoxyuridine, 2-aminopurine, ethyl methyl methane sulfonate, acridine orange, and all of that, etc. These all are helps in a mutation. And the last segment in today's session, that is a pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis is a one type of nature that technique we can easily use to find out the disorder or a disease in a family tree if present or not. If the parents are non-affected but the children are affected, then it should be a recessive type of disease because skip the generation, and here the carrier concept is also present. If the doesn't skip the any kind of generation, all the generation could be affected by some kind of a particular disease, then it belongs to the dominant. If rather to say if we can find a 4 children, out of 4 children 2 children are affected and the father was also affected, then it becomes a dominant type of disease. And on autosomal on the other hand, and X-linked means opposite sex transmission of a disease, and autosomal means there is no kind of method to follow to transmit or to transfer the disease. There is any kind of mother to son, mother to daughter, or as well as father to son, father to daughter. But in a X-linked, father to son, father to daughter, sorry, father to daughter opposite, and mother to son. Okay, that's it. Some kind of examples of this kind of diseases which we'll normally find out after the pedigree analysis. There is a Huntington disease, cystic fibrosis, vitamin D resistant rickets, hemophilia, and color blindness. That's it. I hope this could be pretty much understandable after this session. And pedigree analysis tricks. If you find out any kind of tricks, there is a tricks, short tricks. If any kind of kid's phenotype is different from the parents, then it belongs to, if the answer is yes, it belongs to the recessive, and if no is dominant. That means if, and square means male, and round means a female, and dark means or shaded means infected, or non-shaded means non-infected. Okay. And if mother father is in this condition, then we can say the phenotypically different. One children is phenotypically absolutely different from their parents, then it is skip this generation and yes, and so recessive. On the other hand is no, that means so in these cases no differences, so it is dominant. And if the daughter, if the father of the daughter or the son is become heterozygous or heterozygous dominant, heterozygous must be dominant normally because it totally followed the Mendelian characters or Mendelian's law. So laws, or then it becomes, if the answer is yes, then it becomes autosomal, or if no is X-linked. But you can easily remember this thing by this technique that is previously I told, that is if opposite sex transmission, then X-linked. If similar sex transmission as well as opposite sex transmission, then it becomes to the autosomal cases. Now we can discuss some kind of MCQ questions that is important for the NEET purposes. First question, see that what type of, what is the genotypic and phenotypic ratio of incomplete dominance? And incomplete dominance both are same, and that is both is 1:2:1. In his classical experiment on pea plants, Mendel did not use the pod length. Other 3 characters Mendel perfectly used. On the other hand, the question number 3 is blood grouping is the example of of multiple allele codominance both A and B incomplete dominance? Yes, it is both A and B, because multiple allele is a type of allelism which is normally present in a codominance concept. And the question number 4 is the factor which is expressed only in a homozygous condition, that is a recessive. That is a small t. Normally in these cases, it is only expressed. And the last question is the chromosomal donation of heterogametic female, that means ZW, and a homogametic male ZZ, which was normally found or which is normally found in the birds, and that is ZWZZ. Right? Clear? This is the session. This is the whole session. I hope you all understood, or you will is pretty much confident about this chapter, how to deal this chapter easily with the help of tricks, tips, or as well as the small concepts build up. And that's it. So thank you, class. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Goodbye.